So and I want it to be an interactive class. That will be better. So last day, whatever was done, the first class and the second class, has anyone, tried something at home with the data set in Tableau? Anyone? Yes, no.
I tried some of it, like
Okay.
in the previous two sessions. I tried
Okay.
the same data set.
Okay. Maua and Momita,
And
have you?
second, I was busy last 2 weeks for my work.
Okay.
That's why I was not able to video or watch the video or reading go through the session. So I have not practiced yet, and after today I will do that, and I will ask you if there is any question for
Sure.
me.
Sure. Sure.
I will connect with you.
Currently, when I'm doing when I am, giving the class, have you people even you have Tableau downloaded in your system, na?
Actually, Shoikat, I am not able to download the Tableau yet because I tried, but I have not got any email after downloading this. I don't know what is the problem yet. I want to connect with you, but there is some so there was so many work for me, and I was not able to connect with
Okay,
you.
okay, no issue. After today, connect with me. I'll help you out with the, how to download it and how to use that. Okay?
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
sure. Uh, Momita, same with you? Or you have
No,
downloaded?
no, actually, I have downloaded it, but I am following the recorded sessions only because I cannot do it online. So I have to listen to what you are saying, and after that, seeing the video, I have to do it. So I am behind one session. Previous session, I couldn't do it. First two session, I have already tried.
Okay, no issues. When you try it, if you are having any problem, then ask questions in the group and I'll answer it for sure. Okay?
Sure, sure, sure. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let me start today's class. Since last day, I had planned for, this plan for attractive and beautiful, powerful features of Tableau and advanced data visualization, but I was not able to complete the first topic only. So last day, I finished at action filters. Today, I will start with action highlighting. So today I'll start with action highlighting and I'll tell you what is that basically. So let me share my screen first. Okay. Everyone, it's visible, right?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes.
Okay. So what you need to do is like last day when we talked about action filter, we have seen that uh, in the dashboard there are two charts. One is the map chart and another one is a scatter plot. And how we can hover over the map chart and we can see the various data points in the scatter plot there. So maybe scatter, it can be a scatter plot, it can be a bar chart based on any kind of chart. So in action filter, it happens that there are various ways of doing it. You can hover over it, you can select, and there are many other options. Today we will see and how to go there. It's like when you are in a, so let me begin it from start from the scratch again. Okay. So for action highlighting, first you need to prepare this map, okay, in one of the sheets. So let me just go to another sheet. Let's take country, just drag country into the pane and then drag state. Okay, you see this forming, right? And then focus your map on specially for USA. Okay, so I'll just go there and I'll drag it USA and I'll just enlarge it. Okay, then let's say, let me put sum of cells in color. Okay, and if you people have followed, let's say these are the different states where I point my mouse now, I can see what are the states name. How to see it inside this right now? What I have to do? If I want the state's name to be written here, what I have to do? Anyone?
You can label it or you can use the tooltip.
Yeah, I can drag the state in detail. No, sorry. Just
Level.
end level. Yes. Right. So this is how we can see the name of the states. So this is your map chart. Now let me go and prepare another chart here. It will be same as this one. Okay, a scatter plot. So let me take sales here. Get profit here. Let me take sales here. Profit here, and what we can do is make it. Let me take customer name in detail. Okay. So basically, you have the aggregation of sum of sales and sum of profit based on every customer that is there in your data set. Okay. Now I can make this a bit of circle. Any confusion till now, anyone? This is what I've done in the last class also, but still since I'll be doing it, the action highlighting, so I'm doing it again. Any issues, anyone? Guys, yes or a no would be very helpful.
No, from my side.
Others? Others, any issue? Okay, I'll take that as a no issues. So based on the sheet 5 what we have created and based on sheet 6 what we have created, the two charts, we'll prepare a dashboard. Okay, now let me click on the dashboard option here, new dashboard, and I'll click on my sheet 5 here, and I click on my sheet and drag it here. Okay, so I have this two charts in my dashboard. Now what happened during the action filter? Like, we used to click here and we used to see the values in the sheet 6, right? You see nothing is happening. It will not happen. Let's see. Let me do one thing. Go to dashboard. Go to actions. Let me just remove this first. Okay. Now, make it. So let me create a new highlighting option. I'll go to add action. I'll go to highlight. Okay. Same options again. You want to see based on sheet 5 the changes in sheet 6. So I'll click on the source sheet as sheet 5 and the target sheet as the 6th one. Okay. And I'll click select here. I'll click OK. I'll click OK. Now, if I click on any state here, do I see any results? No, right? I don't see any results, right?
Right.
Okay. So what we have to do? What I have to do is, the reason behind this is, let me explain it to you. Let's say I have this data with me. Okay, you will not be able to see now. Can you see my Excel sheet?
Yeah.
No,
Huh?
no, I can't see your Excel sheet.
Okay. Wait. Now you can see?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's say you have various customers here, and not that everyone will be, ordering from the same state, right? A single customer, let's say, I'm just giving an example in Indian context. Let's say I can order it from Delhi, I can order something from the same company, I can order it from Mumbai, I can order it from Kolkata also. Now, what is happening here is, as you can see, whenever, hold on. Okay. You can see here what is happening. If I click on British Columbia, we are not seeing any data here because Tableau is not understanding, because a single customer, because these are all customers, a single customers could have ordered from British Columbia, could have ordered from Ontario, could have ordered from South Dakota also. So we have not made it simpler for Tableau to give us any result right now. If it gives us any result right now, it will be a wrong result. So what we have to do is, let me take you to this one, sheet 6. Okay. You have to understand the granularity of both the sheets. If it's not matching, it will not give you data. Like sheet 5, it is based, the sum of sales is based on the state, country, these details, like the state and the country details. Do we have that data in sheet 6, the state and country?
No.
No. So if the answer is no here, so we'll not see any data. So we have to add the state and country in the detail option to be able to see the highlight option in the dashboard. So if the granularity of the two charts are not matching with each other, we will not be able to apply the action highlight. Okay. So now let's see in sheet 6 what, let me just bring in country in the detail option, and bring in my state in the detail option. That's okay. Now go to dashboard which we have created. Now let's see. I've selected British Columbia and I can see the values. Right? Same for Ontario.
Mm.
Same for Nebraska. Okay. Now, just like action filter, we can also have several other options. Like if I go to dashboard, I go to action. Let's say I go to action, highlight, I do edit. There is an option called hover also. I can do okay. So now whenever I'm hovering over that state, I can see the results. Any issues, anyone regarding action highlight?
Yeah, so the main point is like the dimensions we are using both for both from both the sources should be same for
Yes,
action
yes,
highlights, right?
yes. Because see, here I am clicking on the state. So what am I trying to find out? Based on the states and the customers, right? The amount
What
of
are the customers in that particular area, right?
exactly. So if in this sheet 6 map, previously what we have done, we have not even added the state, right there, state or the
Right.
country. So
Mm,
it will not give me the results that I am looking for.
right.
So the granularity has to be same to get the results. Okay, so I'm done with this action highlighting. Now I'll go into advanced data visualization and I'll start with file types. Okay. Regarding file types, let me tell you, basically we'll talk about 4 file types. There are others also, but one you people already know that whenever we are doing an extract, the extension is dot hyper that I've already discussed in the last class. Apart from that, there are 4 important file types which I'll discuss today. Okay, let me just share this screen with you. Okay, you'll understand. Can you see the PDF?
Yes.
Okay. So the Tableau file types and folder, let me go with Tableau file type. The 4 file types which we will discuss is a .twb, .twbx, and .tds and .tdsx. Okay. .twb is basically a workbook file, a Tableau workbook file. Okay. It has all the extensions. Okay. Workbook, it has one or more worksheets, 0 or more dashboards and stories. So basically, while saving it, we can save everything there. Like let's say we have 1 or 2 more workbooks here, like worksheets. uh, for example, what we have created right now, this one dashboard, then various sheets that we have created, if we save it in this format in .twb extension and share it with someone, they will be able to open it and they will be able to see the thing. But the problem with twb is, if you don't have the source file, like the actual data set with you, you will not be able to work on it or make changes in it, anything, because then it will be of no use. For that reason, we use .twbx file. It's a packaged workbook, means it contains the data set. Along with that, every single dashboard, charts, whatever you have done with the data, everything will be given there. And the person who don't even have the data set with them also can work there, which is not possible for a twb file, which is possible for .twbx file. Now let me show you how you can save it. Okay, let's say. So this is like, let's say sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, dashboard 1. This is all I have created, okay? And I want to save it. I'll just go there in the save option, or I can go here as save as also. I can do all of this wherever you want to go and save it. Let's say save. It will give me an option. Can you see the pop-up in my screen? If not, then I'll explain properly.
No.
No, right? Okay. Just try to save it. Once you try to save this, you know, you will have save as type. There will be two options for you. One is .twb and one is Tableau packaged workbook .twbx. Okay. Now let me save the file as .twb. Okay, I'll name it as, let's say 123 as the file now. File name. Let me save this. I've saved it in my desktop. Now let me save this again as save as .twbx. I'll show you the difference. And let me name it as 456, let's say. And I save it. Now, I don't know whether you will be able to see it or not, but let me just check once. Can you see my desktop tab right now?
Hmm.
This 123 file, the size of this is 287 KB. And TWBX file, which is 456, I have numbered it. This is 6.77 MB. Now, if I share this file with anyone, they will be able to work on it just like it was. If I share 123, I'll not be able to show it because I have the file with me in my desktop. So even if I open it, it will not show anything. You try it with a different data set at home. If you select 123 here, and if you open it, you will not be able to work on it because you don't have the data set there. So this is the basic difference. Any issues? Anyone? Clear, right? Well, it's difficult. Another file type, this PDF I have already shared with you people. So kindly, when you get time, please open it. Let's say there's another two types of two ways that about Tableau file types. One is .tds and one is .tdsx. TDS is basically Tableau data source files. Like we can save it in the data source. We whatever changes we make. Let's say, now let me give you an example. Okay. Let's say I want to change the customer name. Let me just rename. Customer name renew. Okay. I just change it. And apart from this, let me also create a calculated field here, just random calculated field. Let's say sum. Let's say sales plus profit. Just a normal calculation one, which as doesn't have to make any logic right now. Just add sales and profit in the create calculated field. And I've created one. You can see this calculation one here.
Yes.
And I have also changed the customer name to customer name Prini. Now I want to
Mm.
save this as a .tds file. How to do it? I'll go here. Let's say this portion and just hold on. Okay, I'll click here on the orders that global superstore and I'll add to save data sources. There's an option. Have you seen that? When I click on this orders global superstore, right click it. If I go down, there's an option called add to save data sources.
Mm.
Okay, click it. It will give you two options: save as, type as .tds and .tdsx, right?
Right.
Now let me do one thing. Let me save it as .tds file, not .tdsx. Okay, let me save it in my desktop. I'll open a new Tableau and I'll show you there. Okay, so I've opened a blank one. Okay, and I'll connect to that .tds file. Okay, I've opened my .tds file here. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
see the changes that I made in the data source pane. I have changed the customer name to customer name renew. I can see the changes here. I have made a calculated field as calculation one. I can see it here. Can you see any sheet or any dashboard that I created in that uh, the other Tableau file? Is it there?
No.
No. So that is the difference. I'll explain that. Saving file as a .tds and saving file as .tdsx. The difference. Whenever you are making changes in the data source pane, whatever data source, like you create a calculated field, you change the name, you change some default properties, uh, let's say you add some group in it, everything that you do and you save it as .tds, Whenever you open it next time, you will see the changes. But anything you have done, like you have prepared a chart, you have prepared a dashboard, you have prepared a story, you will not be able to see in that. Okay. Whereas for a .tdsx file, this is same as .twbx file. This is a package data source file where along with the changes that you have made in the data source, it will also have the data set with it. Like a package data source is a zip file that contains the data source file as well as the that extract text file, Excel file, access file, anything that is there, everything will be included. Now let me show you one thing. This same file, I don't think, I'll just close this one again. And the same file with all the maps and dashboard, everything. Now I'll save it as, I'll go again here. I'll go add to save data source and I'll save it as .tdsx and I'll save it. Now let me open a new. See, new tab. Okay, now what I need to do, I need to connect. I saved it as a .tdsx file. Okay, now when I go to connect, go to more, there I have it as a .td. Hold on. People are not able to see the pop-up now still now.
No.
Wait, just hold on. think there's some issue. Excuse me. Okay, let me just jump. Everyone, till that time, please tell me what are the four types of four file types that we have discussed right now. Momita, Mohua, Ornella, anyone? Four file types, major file types.
TWB, TWBX, TDS, TDSX.
Hard. And for TWB is basically a
Yes.
workbook, and TWBX is basically what we can say
A package
a
workbook.
packaged workbook. Exactly, it contains everything, the data set and all. Whereas
Yeah.
for TDS,
TDS is basically a single sort of file where you will get to see the only the changes which we are making to the actual data source. But
actual
I
data.
have one question.
Yeah,
Then what is the source? Like, what is the use of this dot TDS? Like, only people can see the dimensions, the data sources. But if we can't see the charts and everything, then what is the use of it?
let's say if someone wants to prepare everything from scratch, okay, and the
Hmm.
basic changes has been made in the data source level, okay.
Okay,
People,
so
let's say,
they can drag and drop and do the
yes,
charting from
yes,
first.
yes. When you get
Okay.
the data source file, you will see it contains all the in the data pane. See, there are three tables, right? The next topic which will come as joins, how to make joins, relationships, and union. There you will see that we will be joining. There are three tables actually in this data set, right? But we are
Mm,
just working on the orders one.
right.
So you can see all of it, like when we are sharing any to anyone as a .tds file, okay.
Mm,
That is the reason when you see go through the definition, like data source file do not contain the actual data, okay, but rather the information necessary to connect to the actual data, as well as any modifications you have made on the top of the actual data, such as changing default properties, creating calculated fields. Let's say when you uploaded the data, there's some problem with the let's say data type. You change the data type, okay, so it will also reflect there. You have added a
okay.
group, have done a grouping, it will also reflect there. Whereas in case of a package data source, what happens is a package data source is a zip file that contains the data source file. It will contain the .tds file described above, as well as local file data such as extract file. It will also contain your .hyper file, your text files, your any excel files are there, like a complete package. Everything that is that whatever you are doing there, it will
Mm,
contain everything.
okay. Got it.
But for a workbook scenario that we are talking about now,
Mm,
in workbook case, if you have made certain changes, like we're sharing like .twv file, you will not see those changes in the data source whatever you have made.
okay.
So that is one benefit. And when we use the .tdsx files, we use
So,
this format to
the dot TWV and the dot TVM file, sorry, TWBX
TDS.
file,
Uh,
yeah, in both of them, we can't see the updated version of the data source, right? We can only use the original data source and share
uh,
it.
Original data source for a twbx file. For
Hmm.
see, for twb you cannot do, actually if you don't have the data set you cannot do anything. So it's a file test.
Right.
Suppose .twb. Suppose two people are working in the same organization. Both have the same data set and working in the same team. Okay.
Mhm.
Both of
Mhm.
them can share their work with each other, as a .twb file, because both have the
Original data set.
data set. But suppose you are sharing it with anyone else outside your organization, let's say, who does not have the data set with them, then it
Mm,
will be better to, and you don't want them to do anything on the data source,
yes.
then you share with them as a packaged workbook, that is twbx file.
So if anyone who doesn't have this actual data set, then
uh,
dot TWB is of no use, right?
no use, no use, no use.
Okay. Then you need to share the total package workbook.
Yes, yes.
So,
Total package.
so package workbooks and package data set, this both of them are kind of same, right?
Kind of similar,
Kind of
but one
similar, yeah.
one you are making changes in the data source level, and for another one you are making changes like you are creating new sheets, you are creating dashboards and all of this part. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Even in package data source, if we are making any like dashboards or stories on any worksheet, that will also be there in the package data sources as well, right?
uh, Normally what happens is if you save it as a .tdsx file,
Hmm.
you will get the original data set and whatever changes you have made in the data source pane. Okay.
Okay. So everything, the
Everything.
Excel, the like the revised one and everything. But in workbook, we will just only get to see the actual data
Actual data,
workbook.
and no, you will see the charts and graphs whatever you have made there, you will see that the
Hmm.
dashboard also. But for a tw, like whatever I said, for twb file you can only see the worksheet. Okay.
Right. Hmm.
Or the dashboard. Okay, but you cannot do anything with that file. For a
Got it.
twbx, you whenever suppose I have shared a twbx file with you, you open that file, not only you can see whatever is done along with the sheets, the dashboard, whatever I have done, you can also make your own changes there because
Okay.
you have the data set. So these are the
Okay.
basic difference of the four file types.
Hmm.
Please try it at home. If any difficulty, then please get back to me. Okay. Cannot see this. I am not able to locate this, because until and unless you try it on your own, you will not be able to get that. You'll not
Yes.
understand whatever I am telling you. That is the main point. I can, in this class, I can go on and go on, and there will be no point. If you will try it at home, see, the best way to learn is for a Tableau or any kind of visualization tool that if you have interest, the best thing to do is sit with it for 1 hour, not more than, you don't need more than that. Take a data set, any data set. I'm giving you example. Go to Kaggle, get data set from there and try it on your own. You'll get various data sets there for visualization purpose. You take those data sets. Since yes, on the last class we have already done certain dashboards also. We have prepared a dashboard, we have prepared a story also, though just the basic ones, but at least if you know the basics you will be able to create those. So it's my request, if you can, everyone, if possible, please go through it and try to do it on your own, then only you will learn. Okay, my next topic will be joins. Okay, joins, relationships, and union. Now let me show certain things to you. You'll understand now. Now everyone, Mahua, Momita, and I guess Ornella also. Everyone is aware of joins. Guys, others, no
I'm
response.
aware of, yeah,
Uh,
I'm aware of it. Yeah.
others,
I'm not.
okay. Anyone knows like SQL? Any idea? Then you people will
Hmm.
be aware of join. Okay, let me take it as like no one knows joins. So I'll explain like that only. So let's see. In the data source pane, you can see you have dragged in the canvas the orders. Okay. There are other two options are there. People and returns. Two other tables are there, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Now I want to make a join for orders and people, with orders and people. What I need to do? I need to drag people here anywhere in the pane. This is relationship. So let me connect with the original data system. Okay. Now let's start. Okay. This is my data like order sheet. Okay. To prepare a join, I need to click on this canvas, a double click here. Okay. Everyone got it?
Yeah, Srikat.
Now I drag in people here. Anywhere. Tableau automatically performs a join from orders table to people table. Okay. And what is this join? This is an inner join. Okay. So let's say I have two tables. Okay. In one table, I have certain data, and the second table, I have, let's say, take this for example. In the orders table, I have certain columns and I have certain data. On the people table, I have certain data, and I need to perform a join between orders and people. So once I drag the people column, like the people table onto the canvas, the default join that Tableau performs is an inner join. Now let me explain what is an various kinds of joins. You have inner join, you have left join, you have right join, and you have full outer join. There are four types of joins. Let me perform first if I consider as inner join. What is an inner join? Anyone have any idea? I'm joining two tables, but certain things. What are those things? Certain columns or certain. What are those things for inner join? Anyone?
The common columns which are available for both the tables.
Yes. The common things for both the tables, that will be my inner join. Okay. Anyone, any issue for inner join?
Srikat, could you please repeat again?
Yeah, sure. I'll show it from the beginning only. Hold on. I have the orders table in my canvas, right? I want to perform a join where I want to add the people column, the people table with orders table with a join. I double click on the canvas on the orders. Okay. I drag people anywhere in the canvas. Tableau automatically as default will perform a inner join from orders table to people table. Now what this you can see, this is called an inner join, this portion. When the matching elements of the left table and the right table, this is the portion. So this is called an inner join. It creates an inner join.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Now if I go to what is a left join, see, it all depends on what are the kind of records you want to extract. Okay. Simple. The kinds of join you will perform is based on what are the records you need during your transformations of data. Let's say you want to perform a left join. What does a left join does? Left join will give you the output that it will give you. It will give you everything from the left table and only the matching columns from the right table. Any issues, anyone? Once you perform now, you will see there'll be many null values. See, there's many null values in the orders column. There'll be null values because there are certain things which will not match with the left column with the right, the left table to the right table. But since we are performing a left join, it will give me all the data from the left table and only the matching data from the right table. Any issues, anyone?
No.
So when a value in the left table does not have a corresponding match in the right table, मतलब left table पे कुछ है, वो right के साथ कुछ match नहीं कर रहा है. It's not matching with the left table. You have certain data. So what value it will show in the results? It will show as a null value. Okay? जब match नहीं होगा कुछ, it will show as a right value, a null value. Okay?
Right.
Okay. Now someone tell me, if I've explained right left join, what will be a right join? It's very
All
easy.
the values from right table and
Yes,
matching value from the left.
yes, that easy. And what will be for full outer join?
All the values from both the table.
Yes, right? So it's that easy, and it all depends on what are the kind of, transformation you need, what data you need to extract from both the tables. It all depends on that, whether you want to perform a inner join, a left join, right join, or a full outer join. Okay, it all depends on what is your requirement. So this is the basic funda of joins. Now let me explain a union. Okay, now as this is interesting, reason being, let's say, just hold on. This is my orders in the canvas, orders table in the canvas. If I want, I can perform a union with the people. See, when I drag it, you people see, huh? When I drag it, there's an option coming union. When I drag it over orders, okay, there's an option coming union. I'll just release there and a union will be created. Okay. So now orders table and people table have a union with them. Okay. But you can perform several unions, not an issue. It is not a type of join. Union is another method of combining two or more tables by appending rows of data from one table to another. Ideally, tables that you union have the same table. Okay. It's basically combining two tables. Okay. It's not a join that you are getting a customized data. Basically you want all the common table on the common columns from the both the tables, so you perform a inner join, you perform a left join. It is not join. A union where you are combining both the tables and you will get the result of both the tables together. But you can perform a union, but when it is best suited to perform a union, that is important to know. When can you perform a union and when it will give you a best result? Now let me give you an example for union. How to perform a union? Have you people understood how I dragged it and how to create it? I'll show it again. My orders table in the canvas. Let me drag people over the order. You will see an union button is coming. I'll just release it here and the union will be performed. Okay. Everyone, any issue? Guys, a yes or a no will help
No.
me. Okay.
No.
The best time to perform a union is, let's say, you all must be working in certain companies, so you people know every company, let's say, has sales data. Okay. Let's say you are working in, let's say you work in SAP. Okay. And there's a dump there, and let's say you'll be performing analysis. A company has hired you and you'll be performing an analysis on the sales data. They have the sales data extracted for each month from SAP. Let's say January, February, March, April, May, June, just like that. Let's say for 6 months, they have the data. And whenever they are extracting the data or downloading the data from SAP in the XLS format, for each month, the columns will be same and the data type will be same, right?
Right.
Like the, let's say you have the product name, you have the amount of sales, you have the sales date, you have the currency, and like the structure will be same. If the January has 5 columns, February will also have 5 columns, March will also have 5 columns, and the column headers will also be same, and the data type will also be the same. Now you have 6 data. What do you want to perform? You want to make that 6 data, since they have same characteristics, want to make it one, right? That will help you.
Hmm.
That is the point when you perform a union. That will help you. Performing union, you can just drag two tables, and it will create a union. But will that help you? See, at the end of the day, whatever you are performing should help you. These classes are basically to make you understand how to do it in real life. When you will go through those stages, like when you will be performing analysis, you will be doing certain things. At that point of time, it's about your own instinct, it about your the kind of analysis you want to do. What kind of joins I need to perform, whether I need to make a union or not. This is all up to you, based on the circumstances and situations, based on the company, what kind of analysis you want to perform. These classes are basically to teach you how you can perform those. So if we have that kind of data, which I already told you, like sales data for each month, that is the point when you can create a union. That will help you, because you will get all the months data, 6 months data, at a single table in front of you. Okay, got it? Any issues, anyone?
No.
Okay, now let me come to one important part, that is relationships. I can create a relationship. See, I have orders here. If I drag people here, there's a blue line created. Okay, it has created, Tableau has created a relationship between orders and people table. Based on what? On the lower hand side, you can see, do people have the concept of primary key, secondary key? What is a primary key and secondary key? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Let's say I am performing a relationship between the orders table and the people table. It is very clearly shown here. From the orders table, I have a primary key. Let that be region. Okay, I have a region column in the orders table, and I also have a region column in the people's table. How do I connect these two? These two can only be connected if I have a common parameters in both the tables. That common column is the region one. So that is how I create a relation. That is how Tableau creates a relationship between the orders table and people table. The the region column in the orders table can be called as the primary key here, and in the people column it can be called as the secondary key, right? So that is how a relationship has been created. When we perform a relationship and no new table has been created, it does not create any new table or whatsoever. And union, you can see a table, it appends everything and gives you a new kind of a table. Like 6 months data, you get all in one. When you perform a join, you see a different kinds of data presented to you based on the kinds of join you perform. But when you perform a relationship, it does not give you any table structure. It creates a relationship in the logical layer. Okay, anyone, any issue? Any problem, anyone? Guys, yes or a no will help me.
No problem.
Okay. Okay, now I'll go for sorting. Okay, I'll tell you how sorting is done. Let me take subcategory here. Let me take sales here. Okay. There are various ways we can sort a view. Okay. First, you can see subcategory here.
Hmm.
Right click it. You will see two options: sort ascending, sort descending. Right? You got it?
Yes.
Yes. This is one way. Right? Now go to sales panel on the left hand side. You see here, there's an arrow button just above the sales.
Right. Hmm.
Click on that. From here also you can do various kinds of sorting. Okay. Two ways you got it.
Right.
Okay. Now let me also take category here. Okay. Let me. Okay. Now let's do one thing. There's another way of sorting. How to do it? I click here on the category. There's an option called sort. Can you see? When I click on the drop down of category,
Yes.
an option. Yes. Click on it. You will see a pop up, right? Have you seen a pop up?
Yes.
No. You people will not be able to see. I know pop up. There's an issue. I don't know why it happens, but
Pop-up is there, ascending or descending?
it's there now.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I click on sort, it's ascending. And there is a sort by option. There is a drop down. Can you see data source order?
Yes.
Click on the drop down. You see there are various types: data source order, alphabetical field, manual, and nested. Right?
Yes.
Data source order or alphabetical order is more or less same. If I click on alphabetical order and I do ascending, category, I do sort. Can you see? It's happening ascending, descending. Like if I say for alphabetical,
Yes.
okay. Momita, can you just mute a bit? Okay, thank you. Okay. Now ascending. Now, if you see, based on alphabetical, like I have three categories: furniture, office supplies, and technology. For furniture, can you see it starts with D, C, F, T. Same for the office supplies, same for technology. Now, if I go to next option, let's say field option. Now, in field option, I can do ascending, descending, and also I can select the field, and I can also select the aggregation. Let's say I want to sort this. Aggregation should be sum, but field name, based on the field name, I want to do it based on the profit. Anela, if you're doing it, then can you see the field name? There's a drop down.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Now,
It's
if you
there.
select profit, you will see the changes.
Right.
Yes. So this way you can also sort by field option. Manual, so you know already, you prepare data source order alphabetical is same. Field I have shown you. Nested, we normally don't use it, so it's better not to get into this thing right now. But let's say I have already done some sorting in category. Now I want to put more sort in subcategory. Now already my data is sorted based on whatever I've done in the category field. Now again I want to do a sorting. Let's say based on again field sales, I want to do profit. So whenever you have created this kind of sorting, now this one above the another, this is basically a nested sort, which you can perform together also. You can perform on other dimensions one by one also. But normally people don't use sorting in that way. So it's better to keep it simple. Now so sorting, everyone clear how you can
Yes.
sort your data? There are three ways. Again, I'm telling you. One, you can go here, you can right click, you can sort ascending, descending. You go to the left hand panel, you go to sales here, on the axis, you can change it through here. Or you can go to your dimensions, you drop down, dimensions drop down, you will see sort option here. There are various types sorting, like you can sort by field, you can sort by data source order, alphabetical order, manual, and nested, various. And when you select a field, you can also play with your field name. It can be through market, order priority, postal code, anything you want to choose. You can sort your data based on that. And you can also change the aggregation. If you want to see average, it will give you average. If you want to see sum, it will give you sum. That's all up to you. These are the various kinds way by which you can sort your data. Any issues, anyone till now?
No.
Okay. Now, how to remove your sort? Again, right click on the dimensions, you see clear sort. So subcategory sort is cleared. Same way. Right click on the category, clear sort, sorting is cleared, right? There's another way to clear it. You go to worksheet, there's an option called clear. Now, since I don't have any, let me just do one thing. Let me just create a sort here first. Then I'll be able to show you alphabetical descent. So a sort is created. Now I want to remove this. I go to worksheet, I go to clear, an option is there, right? Sort. Following, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Just click on that and sorting will be cleared. Okay. So sorting is done. Okay. Now I'll just give you an overview of this analytics pane. What we can do with this. Okay. Now let me go to a new sheet. Let me take category, subcategory. Let me take the region and let me take sales. Let me just so just hold. Okay. I have taken category, subcategory, and sales with me. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, let's say I go to analytics pane. I want to see the totals. Okay. Subtotals, totals, and other options. It's very easy. Tableau have made it for us. You just track the totals. You will see there are three options: subtotals, column grand totals, and row grand totals. Okay. So let me just drag it to subtotals. You see, I've got my subtotals, right? Not
Right.
following, I'll do it again. Any issues? Tell me. Everyone?
No issue.
Okay. I have just got the subtotal. Okay. Now let's see. I want to get the column grand totals. I drop it over the grand totals. I get the grand totals. Is that easy? It's just drag and drop. Now let me just show you another thing. Any issues, anyone, till now?
No.
Shreekat, I want to say you something.
Ha.
If you have any documents or like trailhead, like module, please provide us in the group. Uh,
Yeah, I see. I've already shared 2 PDFs with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I will,
Already.
I will, I will make it more easier for you. Okay, I'll give you another handbook today or maybe maximum by tomorrow. With each process, how to do it, and I'll also share the link with you from where you can learn all of this. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
so that will be much easier for you. So this is how you can do the totals. Okay, now let me. Okay, now let's say I drag in category. I drag in subcategory. Okay, so this is, what is this called? This portion, there's a name for it. It's called data pane. Okay, this portion is called pane. I have separate categories here: furniture, office supplies, technology. This is a pane, this is a pane, and this is a pane. Right? Now, I go to analytics. I want to place a reference line here. Okay. Can you see on the analytics pane on the right left hand side, there is a reference line here on the custom.
Hmm.
Yes.
Again, I'll just drag it over the table first, on the table, right? You see, there is an edit reference line, band or box, a line, entire table, sum of cells. You can make it average or the sum, whatever you feel. The default is average. Okay. And it automatically gives you a reference line, which is basically an average line. This is the point. So let's say, what is the use of it? Okay. Let's say company tells you or the management tells you to prepare something where they can see the threshold point, like what are the subcategories which are performed above average, and which are the subcategories inside the category have performed below average. So when you give this line to them, they will understand, okay, now I know that bookcases, chairs, these all have performed above average, whereas furnishings have done below average, right? So this is an average line for the whole company, for the whole table. Now what you can do, you can put a reference line. The second option, while you're dragging it, there will be an option called pane. You drop it in the pane. There you see it is showing a different average for different category, right? Can you see it on my screen?
Yeah.
The average for the furniture category, let's say, is 1027719 for subcategory. This is like a more detailed one if the management wants to see. Okay. For each category, they have a threshold point. Okay. Let's say I cannot judge, or I cannot say ki, let's say I want 5 crore turnover for my furniture category. I just cannot say that I also want a 5 crore turnover for my office supplies category. Maybe it has a different company has a different perception towards that brand, or maybe the product has a different outlook towards that product. Let's say he decided that I want 3 crore for office supplies, and I wrote 10 crores for technology. This is my average. So it creates separate reference line for each categories. Okay, this is one. Now let's say you want to drag a constant line here. I draw a constant line in the table. Now let's say these are various situations and scenarios I told you. If you are creating a reference line based on the average, based on what the management wants, you have created that. You can create a constant line based on a certain value. Let's say the management told you that give me something, give me a constant line for all the three categories as 800,000. Not the average, but I want a constant line which will tell me, suppose the management thinks that it's not the average they take into consideration. They have certain ambition for their product. They have certain, during the budget, maybe they have decided that I want my this subcategory to do well in the market, and I am forecasting that I will reach this much figure. Okay, not the average figure, but a certain figure which they have in mind. During those kind of scenarios, you can draw a constant line. Let's say the company tells you that I want 800,000 as my constant line, which then I'll be able to see which are the subcategories that are doing well based on my calculation. Then you take this constant line in the column, in the chart, and it gives you a constant line. Can you see the constant line? This one.
Yes.
See, I have explained. Now tell me, I'm giving you example based on real scenario. What happens in a company? How the management needs the data and why they need it. So that you people understand what is the use of it. See, you will understand how to see by looking through videos, by looking through other materials, you can learn how to do it. But why you are doing it? What is the point of doing it? Are you people understanding that? That is more important for me. That
Yes.
what is a constant line? Why an average line is given there? What is a reference line? Why? What is its uses? If you are understanding, so this is, see, a basic overview of the analytics pane that I have shown you. There are many other things which we can do, which we'll do in the later classes, of course. So reference line you have seen totals, various kinds of totals, like you can do subtotals, you can do column totals, you can do row totals. You see what is a constant line is? Average line is same thing. You just drag it and the average line will be created. Same with, we are not going with box plot or median with quartiles right now. We'll go with it. And same for modeling. Trend line forecasting, cluster, we have a separate class for it. So anyone, any issues till now?
No, Shrikar.
Okay. So it's already one. Should I continue or will continue in the next class? Shovan sir, can you tell me please? Whether we should continue today or will continue in the next class?
Yeah, Ashwika, I think it is already 1.5 hour. So
Okay.
let's continue in the next session.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
So I'm stopping the recording.
Yeah, sure, sir.